These are the games I played in September. Alright everyone, hope you're doing well. Thank you for pressing play once again. I'm the man they call Pixel Paul, and these are the games that I played in September. So this is my monthly recap, looking back at what I've been playing, what I've been up to, and I think this might actually be the first year anniversary of this series. I think I did the first video in this series in September last year, so yeah, 1 year old for this series. Yeah, the games that I played last month then. What I'm going to do this time, I'm going to bookend it a little bit with the two games that I think I probably played the most. So, let's get on with it. Okay, so carrying on a little bit from my last video in this series, the August video, I actually gave this game my game of the month, which maybe was a little bit premature because I'd only just started it, but even then I could tell that I was going to like this game. The game is Psychonauts 2 on the PlayStation 4. So yeah, I played about 2 hours of it and absolutely loved what I'd played of it. And yeah, gave it my game of the month for August. So I've been playing it more and more throughout the month, just chipping away at it, you know, sort of an hour or so, maybe every time I get a chance to. And it just gets better and better, this game. I cannot tell you how brilliant this game is. I liked the first Psychonauts. I thought it was okay. You know, it was a very sort of imaginative game. It's not one that I ever look back on massively and think, you know, it was one of my favourite games from that sort of era, from the PlayStation 2 era and Xbox. But Psychonauts 2 has prompted me to think I need to go back and revisit the first game, because this game is amazing. It's incredible. It's so imaginative, so clever, so funny, surprisingly quite deep and dark. There's some quite, you know, serious sort of themes that run through this game, all about, you know, there's elements of like mental health and things like that, depression, grief. You know, there's those sort of key themes kind of run through this game and the story a little bit, not overpoweringly or anything like that, but when you actually take a step back after finishing a level or watching a cutscene, you sort of think back to yourself, actually, yeah, I kind of get what that is trying to tell me in a way. But yeah, the core game itself though, 3D platformer, psychic abilities, and yeah, it's just, like I said, very imaginative stuff. 1 minute you can be, I mean, the core kind of gameplay element to it is you almost start in like a hub, like, you know, your kind of normal kind of hub area, and you are trying to progress through the story, and the way you do that is basically you will need somebody to do something for you, and the way you do that is by placing a door on the back of the head, asking their permission, and you will then enter their kind of psyche, and in there will be different kinds of levels in a way. And I'm thinking 1 minute you can be in the middle of a like 1970s rock festival, and the next thing you're in a graveyard, and then in the next thing you are I don't know, it's genuinely a game that I wouldn't want to tell you too much about because it would spoil it a little bit. You just have to play it because it is absolutely amazing. This is on PlayStation Plus at the moment. I'm not sure if it's on Game Pass or not. If it is on Game Pass, make sure you play it. It's gone up in value a little bit at CEX recently as well. Certainly the PlayStation 4 version is now around £48. So yeah, if you've got PlayStation Plus or Game Pass, if it's on Game Pass, I thoroughly recommend checking it out because it is an absolutely fantastic game. So that's the game I probably spent the most amount of time of. There is one other game, but I'm going to save that to the end of the video. In between all of that, I've been able to have a quick go of a few others. Now, I've been having a bit of a clear out of my Nintendo Wii stuff, which was over here. So whilst doing that, I was just trying a few games out. Some that I'd not played, some that I just thought I'll have a quick look at before I decide whether to keep it or not. And yeah, most of the ones that I did try, admittedly, yeah, I thought I'm going to trade that in. So I'm thinking there was a game, well, I'm trying to think of an example, Mad Dog McCree, the sort of gunslinger type game, light gun type game. It was a bit of a mess, that one. So, you know, that kind of game, it just went. I just wasn't going to play it again. Had a little bit of trade value as well, so trading those in. There was a few others as well. Donald Mackl's not going to like me for this, but Dog Island, I did try a little bit of Dog Island. That's not my kind of game. I kind of get where he's coming from, but yeah, as a non-dog person, yeah, not for me, that one. Sorry. But yeah, so yeah, I've cleared out quite a few Wii games. Whilst doing that, I did put on a couple of tried and trusted classics, what I would consider classics anyway. Punch Out, I was playing that again. Do like that game. Awesome game. It's strange actually because there's another game which I've got here which has elements of Punch Out about it. But yeah, Punch Out, was playing that one on the Wii. And I also went back to this one, A Boy and His Blob. Now, it's been such a long time since I played this game, and I don't think I necessarily appreciated just how good this game is when I originally played it way back when. I don't think I actually gave it a huge amount of time back then either. But yeah, I stuck this on, gave it a quick go. I knew what The Boy and the Blob was all about. I think I played the Game Boy version of this as well back in the day. But yeah, absolutely stunning game. Very simple, puzzle platformer basically. And yeah, just absolutely stunning game. Just draws you in straight away. Very intuitive, very easy to play and get into. The motion controls, well, there isn't particularly any sort of motion controls with it. It's just a very sort of straightforward 2D platformer, puzzle platformer. And very, very good game. I do want to play more of this one now. I kind of think I appreciate this a little bit more now than I did back then. So yeah, that is well worth a play. Good game, that one. On the Nintendo DS, I've also been playing this month Star Wars Episode 3 Revenge of the Sith. Cracking game for the Nintendo DS, this one. Really good Star Wars game. The Revenge of the Sith games were pretty good in general, to be quite honest. But this is just a little bit different. It's obviously a bit more limited in what it can do. But it is essentially a bit of a Star Wars 2D scrolling beat 'em up, really. And yeah, thoroughly enjoying it. It's really well done. Got a bit of a challenge to it as well. Looks great. And yeah, really enjoying that one. Star Wars Episode 3. And I also tried Quantum of Solace as well. Now this is a bit of a this is a bit quirky, this game, in that the control system for this is very different to how you would expect a normal handheld DS game to play. You know, it's essentially what you do is you use the DS on its side. So if you've ever played something like the brain training games, I think some of those do that, where it's kind of almost done in like a book kind of fashion. Quantum of Solace is exactly the same. You are playing the DS on its side, using the touchscreen to move Bond around the screens. It takes a lot of getting used to. It takes some practice, and it's quite hard to begin with. But once you get your head around it, actually, this starts to become quite a good game. And I've quite enjoyed what I've played so far of it. Not a huge amount, admittedly, but the first sort of few missions I've played through, and it's quite good, actually. So I am quite enjoying that one as well. Quantum of Solace. I know there are other Bond games on the DS which were recommended to me by SNEStastic, and this was probably the least impressive of them all, but so far, yeah, quite enjoying this one, liking that. Okay, on the Xbox, so original Xbox, I also played, this was a pickup from this month as well, been after this for ages, Doom 3 on the Xbox. This is the lovely and reasonable condition steelbook version of it as well. So yeah, Doom 3. I mean, I've played Doom 3 quite a few times now. I think I played the PC version originally, just about, only just. I played the Xbox version before. I've tried Doom 3 in VR as well. So I've played Doom 3 to death. So I didn't actually play Doom 3 on this. I actually played and didn't realise it was included in, I don't know whether it's in, I don't know, I think it's just in the limited collector's edition. I was actually playing the original Doom on this, and it actually, that version of it is really good actually. It's really smooth, plays like a dream, and it's been a while since I just played the bog standard Doom game, if you can call Doom bog standard. That's not right, is it really? Yeah, it's been a while since I've played Doom, and yeah, just really enjoyed it. I actually played it all the way through in one sort of playthrough one evening. Just really enjoyed it, just got into it for some reason. I don't know why, just Doom, I've always quite liked Doom. The first time I ever played Doom was actually on the Super Nintendo, which was probably the worst version of it. Incredible to have it running on a SNES in a way, where it was back then. But it wasn't the best version of it. But yeah, just playing like the proper version of Doom on this, really enjoyed it. And yeah, just sort of, don't want to say breezed through it, but yeah, just really enjoyed it. So yeah, the original Doom on the Xbox. On the Xbox 360, I've carried on playing Conan. I was playing this last month, only kind of on and off, sort of playing a mission and then maybe putting it away for a little bit. Last month I was sort of thinking, actually this is alright, because it's quite a sort of cheap, run-of-the-mill game in general. That's the general consensus of it. But I was thinking, you know what, it's alright, this. Hack and slash, nothing too complicated about it. I've played it a little bit more, and it was more of the same. As you go through it, the combat starts to get a bit better. It's a little bit stuttered, the combat, when you first start, with the basic weapons, no kind of upgrades, that sort of thing. But as you start to upgrade, the combat starts to get a little bit better, starts to be a bit more fluid. But unfortunately, they start to implement some kind of like 3D platforming kind of elements to it, and it's only very sort of simple Prince of Persia type jump from ledge to ledge, climb up mountains type mechanics, and they are basic to say the least, and also quite hit and miss, and it really lets it down, and it made it really frustrating actually as well. I might play this a little bit more once I get past those sections. I'm sure, or presuming there's going to be more of those sections coming up. If there are, it could be hard work. Not a terrible game, but it's just kind of those little elements to it which just feel like they lack a little bit of polish. The control system just doesn't seem to lend itself to, it seems to lend itself to the hack and slash side of the game, but when it gets a bit more kind of precise jumping and mountain climbing, it kind of lets itself down a little bit. So yeah, I might persevere with that a little bit more, but I'm not sure yet. And then also on the Xbox 360, got this month as well, was gifted this one by my good friend Carl, Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition, and I've been waiting so long to play this game, and it was worth the wait. I really like this game. Really tough, very tough shoot 'em up, top-down shooter. Its sort of hook is that it's kind of a bit more multi-directional in that you can aim the helicopter diagonally as well as just moving left to right, so that gives it something different. But yeah, it's a tough game, but I've really enjoyed playing it so far. I think I've got to about the 4th mission. I've not been able to get past that yet, but thoroughly enjoying this one. Under Defeat HD. I don't think it's for everybody. If you're not a bullet hell type shooter person, I mean, it's kind of somewhere in between bullet hell. It's not. I wouldn't say it's it's not a Bangai or anything like that. But there's a lot going on. That's all I'll say. But yeah, thoroughly enjoying that one. Under Defeat HD Deluxe Edition on the Xbox 360. Cheers everybody. Right, moving on. So also this month I was very lucky to get back into the PlayStation Portable game. The PSP has arrived back in my collection and I could not be happier. Absolutely love the PSP. My original broke. I was very kindly gifted this by a good mate on Instagram, Corbin's Combo. Absolutely loving having the PSP back. It's allowed me to, you can't quite see them there, but my PSP games are all here behind these PS2 games here. It's allowed me to dive back into that library of games a little bit. I haven't gone mad with it because I've been playing, like I said, Psychonauts quite a lot. But I've been trying 1 or 2 games out. And I'll start with this one. So I finally, because I got this one at a car boot sale a while ago. I've played it before, but not this version. Ridge Racers, so this is the Japanese version of Ridge Racer on the PSP. So that was the first game I actually played when I got this PSP, just to test it out. Really do like this game, great game on the PSP, perfect for it in fact. So yeah, really like that one. When he sent the PSP, he also sent me this game as well, Coded Arms. And again, yeah, giving this a go. It's quite good actually. It's different, looks quite good for a PSP game, first person shooter, sci-fi kind of first person shooter. But yeah, pretty good actually. Not quite sure what the sort of game and story is all about. It's pretty much just spawn into an area, shoot everything, find the exit, spawn into the next area, shoot everything. So I don't know, it's maybe a bit more of a kind of score attack kind of first person shooter rather than a story driven shooter. But I'll figure it out as we go along. But yeah, quite impressed with that one, Coded Arms, liking that. And then also another sort of gifted game from Carl, as I mentioned before. He sent me this one, recommended it. I'd never heard of it before. The Con on PSP. And yeah, I've been really impressed with this game. Bit of a shocker, this one. I had no sort of I'd never seen it before, no idea what it was about. Carl said it was a decent sort of beat 'em up type game and that I would probably get a kick out of it. Haha. And he was right, actually. I've been surprised. It was the way I've sort of viewed it and played it. It's almost a little bit like a Punch Out type game in that you are kind of, you do move around the arenas. It's a one-on-one beat 'em up, but and you kind of can move around arenas, but it's almost like a static sort of where you have to dodge and weave and punch and that sort of thing. Yeah, it's just good. It's kind of akin to like a fight night as well, you know, a boxing game too. There's elements of that kind of game in it. But yeah, just surprisingly good. It looks quite good on the PSP as well. Decent soundtrack to it, and yeah, pleasant surprise. I think this was a bit of a. I know some people don't like it, but a hidden gem. I think it's a bit of a hidden gem, this one. I don't think many people particularly know about this game. I'm thankful that I do now know about this game. And yeah, if you like those kind of games, bit of a one-on-one beat 'em up, recommend this one. Good one. Okay, so a couple of games that I played in the digital world, if you like. So I played them on PlayStation Plus. I actually forgot to mention this game last month because I actually played it when I was on holiday last month on the PlayStation Portal. It's on PS Plus and it's Hogwarts Legacy. So I did make a little bit of a start on that game. Now, everybody raved about that game when it came out. I'm not a huge fan of anything Harry Potter or Hogwarts or anything like that, really. I saw the first couple of films, I think maybe 3 films at the cinema. I actually fell asleep in the second one. Sorry, Potter fans, it's just not really my thing. So I'd kind of not. That just put me off from trying Hogwarts Legacy, but I gave it a go. And I was pleasantly surprised, actually. I quite enjoyed it, what I played of it. Probably played about an hour of it as well. And yeah, it's made me think I might see if I can pick that up. Because I know you can play, I could play it on PS Plus. But you know me, I am more of a physical collector. And I do use PS Plus to almost try games in a sort of demo kind of way a lot of the time. And if I can get it physically, I'll buy a physical copy of it. I'm not in a major rush, so I'm going to wait for it to go cheap. I think the cheapest I've seen it was about £10, and I think I could probably get it a bit cheaper than that at some point. So I'm not in a major rush. I've got plenty to play on the PlayStation 5 at the moment, so it's down the pecking order, but it's just put it onto my mind. So I may try and give that a go. The only other game, well, there's 2 games actually that I've been playing on PS Plus. No, one of them's on PS Plus. The other one I actually bought digitally. So the first one was Hunt Down, which I bought. I think might have mentioned this last month as well. Really enjoying that game. Amazing kind of sci-fi 2D shooter run and gun type game. Done in a very kind of Blade Runner sort of style. Almost like an 80s action movie. Just really nice graphically. All done sort of like pixel art. Yeah, really enjoying that one, Hunt Down. Apparently there is a physical version of this. I don't know whether it was like Limited Run did it or something like that. It's not cheap though, and on PlayStation Store I think I got it for like £2 or £3, something like that. But yeah, really enjoying that one, Hunt Down. Worth a look. If it goes back into the sale, I'd thoroughly recommend it if you like that kind of game. Worth a look. The other game that I was playing on PlayStation Plus was the new Prince of Persia game. And I can't remember the name of it. Is it the Rogue Prince? I think it's the Rogue Prince, I think. Now, I wasn't a massive fan of Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown. I think I'm getting these names of these games right. I think it was The Lost Crown that came out physically last year, or maybe the year before even now. Gosh. I wasn't overly impressed with that. I thought it was okay, but I just didn't get it. I didn't get into it. This new one, though, it's not too bad actually. It looks quite good, quite impressive. You know, graphically it's just a bit different. It is more of a roguelike sort of game, so if you die, straight back to the end, I think, or straight back to the beginning. So there's roguelike elements to it, but it's very again sort of easy to pick up and play, very easy to learn. And look like you are quite good at playing it. It's one of those kind of games. So yeah, I've been quite enjoying that one. I might try and give that a bit more time as well at some point. And then the last game. So this is the last game that I've been playing this month. Did pick it up this month. I think I mentioned it or showed a bit of footage of this in the pickups video actually a couple of weeks ago. And that game is Rogue Flight on the PlayStation 5. And yeah, I've been playing this a bit more. I think I was a bit kind of not sure whether I was going to like this or not when I originally picked it up. I've given it a bit more time, and I have to say, really liking it. Really liking this game. I do like sort of railgun type shooter games. So I'm thinking like Star Fox, Space Harrier, Afterburner. And this is exactly like that, really. You don't get too many games like this these days. Which is a shame, really, because I honestly love those kind of games. I love Star Fox, and this is very, very similar. There's lots of elements taken from Star Fox, which you can see in this game, and yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying it. I've done a bit of footage of one of the levels of this game, so I think I'm going to put this in here and let you have a little bit of a look at Rogue Flight.
I can read a room.
Your next stop is Isle.
that was Rogue Flight, PlayStation 5. I think that was either mission 3 or 4. So the first mission was done like in a sky kind of atmosphere, if you like. The second mission is done in a space field or a debris field. This one is kind of like a volcanic theme to it. A bit like Star Fox though, you can go into different sort of routes through a kind of star map, if you like. So this could be the 3rd level, it could be the 4th level. I'm not quite sure which route I've taken particularly, but it's quite impressive looking. Big kind of end of level bosses as well. Each level is quite long as well, so you know it took about, I think that level about 10 minutes long. I might have edited the footage down a little bit, but yeah, they're roughly about sort of 10-12 minutes long each level, so they are quite long. But it doesn't drag. There are some points in it when you sort of think, gosh, how much further have I got to go in this level? But certainly in like the 2nd level, there was enough sort of going on, enough different things happening to keep it interesting. So yeah, I am really enjoying Rogue Flight. You can get it for less than 20 quid. I think in CEX at the moment it's about 22 still, but you can if you look around. I think I got this on Amazon. I got it for about £16.50. So yeah, you can get it for just under 20 quid usually, but CEX, yeah, got it for 22 at the moment. I think it's probably worth a punt. I think if you like Star Fox, I think you'll get a kick out of this. I really do. So yeah, Rogue Flight. So those are the games that I played in September, and as you know, every month I always give you what is my game of the month, and I will probably have to give it, I probably was a little bit over eager in giving Psychonauts 2 Game of the Month last month. I probably needed to play a bit more of it because I probably would have given it to Psychonauts 2, but I can't give it to it again, can I really? I suppose I could, but that maybe isn't fair. So I'm going to give it to Rogue Flight. That is my game of the month for September. I think so. Yeah. No, it's Rogue Flight. But yeah, thoroughly recommend Psychonauts 2 as well. So yeah, 2 good games. Really enjoying that one. I've nearly finished it. Not far off the end of it now. Anyway, thank you as always for watching. Let me know what you've been playing over the last few weeks and last month. I'm always interested to know what you guys have been playing. Let me know in the comments. I will always try to reply. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.